Great day, future second grade students. It's Mr. Sargent here with week 2 of Summer Bridge Activity Book. Now, this week we have some more math and we have some more reading and some more grammar, and hopefully it is going to help you out. Now, the first thing we want to do is go back through week 1's work, okay, and make sure that you have completed everything. Now, once you have completed the lesson, do not forget our progress chart. So every time you do a lesson, take one of those stickers and put it on the day or the number of the lesson you did. So for day 1, you would put a star on the 1. For day 2, you put a star on day 2. Let's say you skipped over day 3 and you did day 4. Well, put a star on 4. This way we can look at it and go back to doing the ones that we might have skipped before. Okay, now this week we are starting on lesson or day 8. Now, day 8 can be found on page 27 of your Summer Bridge book. Now, it starts off with some which number sentences are true. Now, for those that don't know, a number sentence is, well, it's showing an addition problem with the equal sign and the answer. So if we take a look right here with number 1, 7 equals 7. Does that show any symbol or any mathematical steps that you have to do? No. So this one, well, we wouldn't circle because the directions say circle the number of sentences that are true. But if I look at number 2, 8 minus 5 equals 3, is that correct? It is. So we would go ahead and circle 8 minus 5 equals 3. So go through here and circle the number sentence that have all 3 things. They have the numbers, they have the symbols, and they have the answers. And then at the bottom of this page, I really look forward to reading your writing. And it asks you below, it says, think of 3 ways to finish the sentence. Write your sentences on the line. I liked first grade because, now with this, give me about 3 reasons, 3 answers. All right, and I'd love to see your sentence work. Now, if you're not sure how to write a sentence, that's okay. This being early on in our book, I just kind of want to see what you're capable of doing. Now, if you don't already know, a sentence has 4 major parts. All right. The first thing you're going to have is a subject. You're going to have a who your sentence is about. Now, in this case, you're writing down what you like about first grade, so the subject is going to be I. You can actually start your sentence, I liked first grade because, well, things that you could do. The second thing that every sentence has is what's called a predicate. Now, a predicate usually starts with a verb. This is an action or what you did in first grade. Now, 2 things that I'm really going to look for is that capitalization in the beginning of the sentence and the punctuation at the end. Punctuations could be a period, they could be a question mark, or they could be an exclamation mark if you're really excited about this. So your first day, or day 8, for activities are going to involve being able to notice some numbers and number sentences and practicing your writing. Now, as we continue with these activities, you're going to see some of these activities I'm going to go over, and some of them I'm going to skip over because I'm going to trust you to be able to do them on your own. Now, I would love to do day 9 with you, where we can kind of go over the questions as well as we can even read together. Okay, so go ahead and turn to page 29. There you go. Hopefully you have the book right in front of you. If not, it'll be right here. Now, on this, here we have a story and we have a few questions. Now, when we do reading comprehension, sometimes it's hard to read everything and then be able to answer questions. I know I had to work extra hard to understand just what I was reading. And sometimes I had to read it more than once, and that's okay. All right. So what I'd love to do with you is go over the 3 questions. Now, I'm not going to answer them for you, but I want to make sure you understand the questions before we read the story. So question number 1 on page 29 is, what words in the story tell how things look, feel, and sound? Now, in week 1's video, we talked about our senses, didn't we? This time, we're looking for words in the story that tell how things look, feel, and sound. So these are what we need to look for when we're reading. Question number 2, where does the story take place? And then we're supposed to describe the place. Now, this is also known as the setting. So as we read the story, we need to kind of stop where we can identify where the story takes place and then think of some words that we can use to describe it. And then number 3, write what happened first, next, and last in the story. Now, this is one of my favorite things to do with reading stories and reading comprehensions. I call it the BME, beginning, middle, and end. And that's what we have to sort of figure out. Okay? Now, as we read, like I said, I'm not going to give you the answers to those questions, but I'll give you some signals and I'll stop at certain points and point maybe to help you out as much as I can. So if you want to read along with me, it's on page 29. Xander woke up slowly. He stretched. Something felt odd. Was it too early to get up? Xander checked his clock. It was almost 8 o'clock, the same time he always got up in the summer. Xander padded over to the window. The air looked thick and heavy. He could not see the far side of the yard. Xander ran to the back door. He slipped on some shoes. Then he went outside. Everything was quiet. It felt like a thick gray blanket lay over the yard. He had never seen fog like this. All right, what a great story. Now, if we go back, there's a lot of words in there that talk about how things look, feel, and how they sound. Okay, that's question number 1. Where does the story take place? Well, it never tells you, but you have to sort of guess. I'll give you a hint. Where do we sleep? It also talks about going somewhere. I'll tell you, it's outside. Okay? And we have to describe it. Now, it never mentions what it looks like inside, but it does, if you go back into the story, it does talk about what it looks like on the outside. And then you're going to have to go back to into the story to tell me what happens first, next, and last, or beginning, middle, and end. Good luck with this one. I look forward to reading your answers for all of it. All right? Now, as we look through our work for this week, if you go to day number 10, day number 10 starts on page 31, and here we have some fairly easy subtraction problems. Okay? Now, it says draw a line from each balloon to its answer. So my suggestion here is you work through the problems first and then draw your line. So 50 minus 30 is our first one. Well, I'm going to go ahead and cover up the zeros. Well, what's 5 minus 3? Very good. It's 2, right? So we know the first number in our answer is going to start with a 2. Which one of the prizes or which one of the presents has a 2? A 20. So what we would do is we would draw a line from 50 minus 30 to the 20 box. You see how we do this? All right. And then as you look underneath, it talks about drawing a line to match each sentence to the correct job. Okay? And they actually do one for you. I deliver letters and packages. That's a mail carrier. How about I help people get well? Well, look at the bottom answer there. It says doctor. Is that what doctors do? It is, isn't it? So we would draw a line from that sentence to the doctor. So make sure you're reading each sentence carefully and drawing your lines. Now, if you would take a look on page 32, this is also day 10. I really like this activity because it's asking you to read each word and color the space blue if the word has a long I sound. Color the space green if it has a short I sound. Now, if you don't know the difference between the short I and the long I sound, it's actually pretty easy. Whenever we have the long I sound, you can actually hear the letter I in the word. Take for instance, the third word on our chart here. It's a tie. Listen carefully. Tie. Did you hear the letter I? You did, didn't you? So that would be a long I word. So we would color that blue. How about for the first one? Bib. Repeat after me. Bib. Do you hear the letter I there? No, it has an I sound, doesn't it? That is going to be the short I sound. So we would color that one green. All right? So read through these words, do your best, and color the long I, which you're going to hear the letter I in blue, and the ones that are short I's, you're going to color green. If you take a look for day 11, we have another reading comprehension, which is called At the Pond. Now, we're not going to go ahead and read this, but I do want to take a look at question number 7. So if we take a look, which sentence tells the main idea of the story? Well, I want to focus on the word main idea. Now, if you know already, then this one should be pretty easy. But if you don't know what main idea is, it's pretty much, after you're done reading, it is what is the most important thing in this story? What is this story trying to teach us? What is it trying to tell us? And that is going to be your main idea. Now, there may be some other things that are mentioned in your answers, but when we're talking about the main idea, it is the most important thing that we're reading about when you're reading about At the Pond. And if we take a look at the picture, we can already see it's about a cute little duckling. So I cannot wait for you to read that, as well as try to identify the main idea. Now, to help you with main idea, one of my favorite websites out there, and I cannot wait until you get to be in 2nd grade because I get to sign you up for this website. It's called Flocabulary. So if you're still unsure about what main idea is, here is a quick video to help you understand main idea just a little bit better.
All right, class, I know you're ready for the weekend. Don't forget about your 5-page paper, and make sure that you express your main idea and back it up.
Listen up, let me in here. The hot new thing is the main idea, supported by the details to keep it all clear. The main idea is the reason that we're all here. Yeah, come on, let me in here. The hot new thing is the main idea, supported by the details to keep it all clear. The main idea is the reason that we're all here. Have you ever read something and when you got to the end, you didn't get the point? No, you didn't understand. Well, let me break it down for the next time you read. There's gonna be 3 basic things you see: the subject, main idea, and the details. Sort of like a city, the house, the people. The subject is the broad thing that it's about. The main idea, what's that now? It's the main thing the writer wants to say. It's the central point. You get it? Okay. You can often find it in the first couple lines, but it could be anywhere, so go find it. It's supported by specific details. The facts in the sentences, be real. They should add up to make the main idea, kids. They form up like cheerleaders in the pyramid. Like I just read an article called Bare Facts, and it talked about how they could be brown or black, polar or grizzly or another type. They're all good hunters and they know how to fight, because they have big paws so they can catch fish, and big sharp teeth that they eat with. And if they want to climb a tree to find something to eat, their super sharp claws are all that they need. See? Now let's break it down. I mean, let's dig deeper in the article I found. What's the subject? What would be the main idea they had there? The bears are good hunters, that's most important. How about the details they had to support it? They have large teeth, paws, and claws. That's how you know hunting is a bear's job. Listen up, let me in here. The hot new thing is the main idea, supported by the details to keep it all clear. The main idea is the reason that we're all here. Yeah, come on, let me in here. The hot hot new thing is the main idea. Supported by the details to keep it all clear. The main idea is the reason that we're all here. I just read a story about a boy named Ben on the first day of school. What happened then? Ben clutched his new backpack and walked in with a big smile when he saw his old friends. Tried to play it cool when he saw his old crush, but when she was close, his mind turned to mush. He liked his art teacher, that class was real fun. Ben was so worked up that he could hardly eat lunch. Now what's the subject? Ben's first day of school. And what's the main idea? What's the author want to prove? Ben's first day of school was exciting. Details to back that up, where are they hiding? When Ben saw his old friends, he was psyched, and he was nervous around the girl that he liked. He even had a backpack that was brand new. Now I get the main idea. Can you?
I absolutely love Flocabulary, and it's a great resource to help as we learn different goals and different topics throughout the year. For this week, there's some other work that we didn't go over this week, but I'm going to trust that you are working hard each and every day, or you're spending your time wisely in completing some of these activities. At any point where you feel you just don't know, you just don't understand it, take a break, take a step back. Don't stress yourself out about it. You're not supposed to be stressed on summer break. You're supposed to be relaxing and having a good time. So I want to encourage you, even if you don't understand it now, sometimes when we take a break or we take a step back and we give us some time and we give us a little bit of flexibility in solving it, you never know where and when you're going to just totally understand what you're supposed to be doing. So ladies and gentlemen, great job this week. I know we did a lot this week, including introduction to Flocabulary. Definitely, if you want to go back and watch that video and learn a little bit more about just what main idea is. And hopefully this helped you. And I cannot wait to see you all next week.